Hey guys, it's Siobhan with To Kitty and Beyond. Welcome back to my channel. We are doing horoscope readings for the month of July 2019, and this is for Taurus. That can apply to Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, if you have Taurus heavily in your natal chart, or if you were just called to click on this video, there may be some information that is relevant to you at this time. Also keep in mind that this is a general reading, so this is tapping into that collective energy of the Taurus vibration in the month of July. So just take what resonates with you and leave the rest here. Also, make sure that you're taking everything with a grain of salt. All information that is coming in from outside of you should be tested against your own inner truth, your own inner resonance and vibration. I just want to mention that. All right, guys, so I channeled some information before we jump into the cards. Also, I'd like to mention that I want to thank all of the people who have sent me donations. You know who you are. I'm so appreciative and so grateful for you guys, for your support, for all of the comments, for all of the likes, for all of the love, and the subscriptions, and for the donations. And for the donations, I want you to know that I'm reinvesting in the channel through buying new oracle and tarot decks to give back to you guys. So let's get into the channeled information. So Taurus, I felt this massive right ear energy influx, and what I usually associate that with is higher information and light codes coming in. I feel the right ear activated most often within myself when there's really something big going on with the Schumann resonance, or there's a big galactic energy wave coming in, or something happening with the sun. But the right ear symbolizes specifically this higher knowledge. The left ear I associate with sort of earth information and things that are going on at a physical level, and then the right ear is more non-physical, spiritual, at a soul level. So then I felt this crown chakra upgrade and integration of light, of these codes that are coming in energetic waves. So I felt it as like a ring around my head, as if I was wearing an actual crown, which happens a lot when I feel crown chakra activations. And then I felt this feeling of being in the flow. So it was this, I was hearing rushing water, I was feeling rushing water, I was seeing rushing water. So all of my senses were picking up on this rushing water. And so water represents your emotions, water represents the flow, being in the flow. Water is also very much connected to your intuition, which was another theme that came up. So I also felt that there was a need for you to trust your intuition as you get into the flow. So stepping into your inner knowing, and it was this feeling of warmth in my stomach. So feeling this expansion of the solar plexus chakra, which is in your abdomen, and stepping into the flow of the direction that your heart is leading you in, because I literally felt this pull in my chest kind of bringing me forward. So there's something that's guiding you. I mean, we know what it is, your soul. Your soul is guiding you forward and wants you to get into that flow, really step into the current and allow it to carry you where you need to go. And all you have to do to do that is trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your heart, and allow this to take place. So we'll see what comes up with the cards. And I'm using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland this month because that's what I felt drawn to, and I always like to trust my intuition. So we'll see what comes up. Oops. Also, oh yeah, if you guys want to book a reading or a session with me, all of the information is in the description box below. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at To Kitty and Beyond, all one word. Okay, so Taurus, July 2019. Taurus, July 2019. Okay. Current self-energy. Intuition in reverse, and deception and envy. And the devil's in there too. A lot of those three cards all came up for Aries as well. So if you have fire sign in your chart, or you have Aries in your chart, this may be an additional message for you. So theme of the month. Theme of the month for Taurus. Oh, geez, that's too many. There we go. Solitude. Okay. That's the Hermit card. What's the key goal? Oh, wow. Ooh, fulfillment of wishes. Nice. And the obstacle to overcome. Choose wisely. What's the major accomplishment? Wow, that one really flew out there. Stand your ground. Another 7. So we have 2 9s and 2 7s so far. What to avoid? Oh, that was fast. Conflict and defeat. Okay. What to embrace? Oh yeah, root chakra. Okay. Where to find support? Positive movement forward and rest and rejuvenate. And I'm pretty sure that Aries got rest and rejuvenate in this position as well, in the where to find support. So that's interesting. And advice and encouragement from Spirit. Obstacles and challenges. That's another card from them. Okay, I shuffled this deck a lot, off camera and on camera. I cleared the energy from this deck. You know, what the heck? So there may be some themes that are connecting you to that sort of Aries energy as well. So whether you're dealing with an Aries or you have Aries in your chart or fire signs in your chart heavily, I would recommend watching both videos because that'll give you a more overall perspective of the energy that's affecting you this month. But let's just get into it. So the current self energy, Taurus, you're coming up as deception and envy in reverse, intuition in reverse, and temptation. So there may be some kind of self-deception that's blocking you from using your intuition, and it's creating this lower vibrational sort of attachment that is blocking up the solar plexus. So in particular, the solar plexus is all about your sense of self. So your I am presence, what you think about yourself, and your confidence. It's also the seat of your personal power, and this is where your gut instinct comes from. Now, that gut instinct in the shadow aspect can be that fight or flight response. That's not connected to your intuition. That's connected to fear, right? So this is about coming out of that fear state and trusting the flow, trusting your intuition from a higher perspective, which is one of faith, which is one of, well, first of all, because 7 and 7 is all about trust. So this is you really stepping into the spiritual journey with trust, knowing that wherever the current is taking you, it's where you need to be, and that you're not going to get hurt on the ride down the river, basically. So step out of the temptation to shut that down, step out of the temptation to doubt yourself, basically, because that's part of the illusion. The illusion is doubt and fear, but the truth is that you hold the wisdom within you to know what you need in every single moment of your life. And if you're feeling cut off from that, then you need to look at why you're feeling cut off from that, and reactivate that crown chakra and that root chakra, because both of them give you access to the infinite abundance of energy that is in the universe from the earth and from source, respectively root and crown chakra. So this is really where you're at right now, potentially, as it's coming up in the current self position, or this may be something that's going on internally that you're unaware of. And so that's something to look at instead of ignoring it or deceiving yourself and saying that there's no issue. Really look at it impartially. Don't judge yourself, but just be aware. And the theme of the month is solitude. So this is how you do that. This is how you get in touch with those aspects of yourself that are either hindering you or helping you. And there needs to be solitude and self-reflection, and that's what this card represents. It's the Hermit card, and this one particularly is about knowledge. So this is seeking that inner knowledge through the pillar of light, which is the pillar of light that descends from your crown chakra to your root chakra and rises from your root chakra to your crown chakra. So this is the vertical pillar of light that runs through your body, and it holds unlimited information, which you can tap into at a soul level through your intuition. So that's what's going to give you the guidance you need to move forward, but you really do just have to trust that you have access to that. And the key goal is the fulfillment of wishes. So this is something that you have been emotionally investing in, a dream that you have, or something that you really feel strongly about, something that you love, something that you want, something that you need potentially. So this is the Nine of Cups. This is fulfillment of wishes, and this is you creating that fulfillment of wishes through manifestation. So tapping into that trust, that self-knowledge, that intuition, and allowing it to guide you down the river through that flow. Just relax, it's like tubing down the river, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. It doesn't have to be painful. You don't have to fight against the current. You don't have to exhaust yourself trying to cling to trees and rocks. It's easier if you just let go and let the process of your intuition, your soul guide you, and your heart will guide you, because this is very much about emotional intelligence. But I think that the obstacle here, which, well, I don't think I know from the cards here, what they're saying is that the obstacle to overcome here is discerning what your emotions are telling you, what your heart is trying to tell you. The information and the intuitions that are coming through need to be interpreted correctly, and there may be lots of different options, and you may be a little bit confused or feeling unsure of which direction that you need to go into to find this fulfillment of wishes, or to attain this fulfillment of wishes. So the Choose Wisely card is very much about getting in touch with your inner emotions and what you really want. So getting to the core motivations for why you want something. So for example, if you want things, physical things, cars, money, house, whatever, ask yourself why. Is it because it's shiny and it's new? Is it because it will impress other people? Is it because it will afford you protection? Is it because it will make you feel good and feel that you've accomplished something and feel that you are worth something? So we need to look at the underlying motivations for why we want these things, and then assess whether they're really in alignment with what our soul wants, because sometimes they're not. And I'll leave that up to you guys. Or if you want additional guidance, you can ask me you can reach out for a reading or a Reiki session. But really, it's up to you. It's within you, and you'll know what your soul needs when you allow that clarity to come through. So next up, we have the major accomplishment, which is standing your ground. This is the Seven of Wands, and this is about taking a stand for what you believe in. This is putting into action what you're passionate about and what you feel emotionally invested in. So this is following your heart, and this is taking the high ground as well. In the traditional Rider-Waite tarot interpretation of this card, there's people attacking him, but he's got the high ground. In this card, I actually like this card better because he's not being attacked. He is standing in his power simply for his own benefit. Like, he's standing in his power just for himself. It's not to go up against anybody. It's just so that he can be his true version of self, because we are all powerful. We are all infinite beings. We all have access to this infinite multidimensional aspects of ourself and to all of the information that comes with that. So to do that, though, there's processes that need to be undergone. So there's clearing, there's healing, there's releasing, there's purging, there's self-awareness, there's tapping into the higher self, detaching from the ego, or whatever. All of these different processes through meditation, through all kinds of different spiritual seeking. Basically, the 7 is all about spiritual seeking in whatever that looks like for you, but trust the flow of that current because it's taking you where you need to go. So stand your ground, stand in your power, trust that you're moving in the right direction, and passionately take action moving forward. Okay, so what to avoid? We have conflict and defeat. So this to me speaks of falling into limiting self-belief patterns. So as you can see, he's descending from the light down into an area of darkness. There's this one little candle here, but he's kind of self-sabotaging because he believes that he's not worthy. So it's detaching from those thoughts and getting back in touch with your inner motivations. That's very much what I'm picking up on for somebody out there, or for a group of you, or for all of you. It's very much getting in touch with your inner motivations and assessing if there is this process or pattern of conflict and defeat, why it's there, what it's trying to teach you, and how you can overcome that obstacle or avoid falling into those old patterns. Keep moving forward. If you can see, there's these carvings on the wall and they're all moving up, but he's coming down the stairs. So this is about really tapping into your truest version of self and allowing yourself to move out of the shadow into the light, into the understanding, into the trust, into the intuitive, heart-based living, basically. Now we have what to embrace. So embrace healing of the root chakra in particular. So the base chakra is the same thing as the root chakra, and this is all about feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling like you have enough, feeling like you're protected, feeling like you fit in. So the root chakra is very much about feeling that you have a place in society, in your tribe around you. So whether that's in your workplace, with your friends, with your family, in society at large, this is feeling like you belong. And it's blocked, or it can become blocked, if you have repetitive feelings of defeat, or feeling like you don't fit in, or feeling overpowered by others. So this could be where you're being asked to stand your ground. And the root chakra can also be blocked by a lack mentality. So feeling like you're not safe, feeling like you don't have enough money to be able to make ends meet, or feeling like you don't, like you're ungrounded, like you can't get focused, like you're kind of just scattered all over the place. The root chakra is very much about getting grounded, staying in the physical, and focusing on channeling the energy of the earth. So grounding techniques that I like to do involve visualizations of roots coming from the bottoms of your feet down through the core of the earth, wrapping around the core, and then absorbing the energy of the earth up into your body and then into your heart. So that can really help you if you do that on a daily basis, or whenever you remember, or if you feel really super ungrounded, because it can help you to make positive decisions. It can help you to get in touch with your intuition, to step out of the fear state, which is that devil energy, that's that temptation, and really know that you're not alone. So you don't need to feel solitude from your tribe. You don't need to feel like you're not, or that you're alone, and that you're, fending for yourself. This is standing in your power, knowing that your power doesn't just come from you, it comes from your connection to everything. So this is your connection to the earth and your connection to source. Where to find support? We have rest and rejuvenate, which he's meditating with the trees. So this is again about grounding. This is earthing. This is creating stability, which is a 4. So this is being able to connect and ground to a safe place, and the earth should be a safe place for you. It should be a safe place for all of us, because the earth nurtures us. It provides us with everything we need, and it's our home. It's feeling at home. So connecting with that will create this positive movement forward. And this positive movement forward is very much, I know that this card isn't a river or like this rushing water that I was seeing, but it's similar. It's water and it's movement. So there's this movement through your emotions guiding you. Your intuition and your heart are guiding you forward into the light. So trust that and follow that, because it's going to lead you in the right direction. You have this inner compass. You have this ability to navigate, and you may feel overwhelmed at times, not knowing which direction, not knowing what's right for you, but really just stand your ground, stand in your power. Don't fall into self-doubt or fear that you're not going to make the right decision, because ultimately there is no wrong decision. It's not like the universe is going to reward you for making one decision and punish you for making another. That's not the case. It's not the way things work. There are karmic cycles, but those are more patterns that you'll become aware of over time. But when you're choosing something new, this is about just following what feels expansive, what feels good, what brings you joy. Go in that direction. Where is your heart pulling you? Where do you feel guided towards? What are you seeing repeatedly or feeling drawn to? Pay attention to that. Write it down. Get in touch with those inner emotions that are causing that connection or pulling you forward in that direction. And then last but not least, we have advice and encouragement. So the advice and encouragement is obstacles and challenges, which is the Five of Swords. So this is interesting to me because this is, it's a challenging card, but when it comes up in a positive position like it is right now with advice and encouragement, it's Spirit's way of telling you that keeping the faith and trusting your intuition and your path is ultimately going to get you where you need to go, because he does have to take a leap of faith to get over this gap in the path, but he can get there. And I'm being drawn to this imagery of the birds. I saw it initially in this card. So there's the two birds here. There's the bird carving here. I hope you can see that. And there's the bird leading the way here. So in the last reading with Aries, two cranes came out in the oracle cards. So there's something to do with cranes here for Taurus and Aries, or this could be a collective theme. I haven't done the rest of the readings yet as I'm doing them in order, so there may be a collective theme of tapping into that bird energy. And birds really represent wisdom and higher knowledge, because they have this ability for flight. They can fly high, which literally represents connecting to that higher version of yourself, that angelic version of yourself, that multidimensional, unlimited version of you that can fly anywhere. This is your soul aspect. And it's very much about tapping into the light, because in all of these cards, they seem to be moving in the direction of the light. The birds are leading you to the light, so fly towards the light. And in each time, there's a relation to birds and water. In the Aries reading, it was a crane, so they are water birds, and waters relate to emotions, intuition, your subconscious mind, your spirit, your soul self. And again, even in this one, there's the creek underneath. I hope you guys can see that, but there's this creek that's running underneath of this cavern that he's in. And so he's got to trust his own wings to be able to take him across that gap, to be able to direct him to where he needs to go, to take him to where he needs to go. And if you're feeling really limited by conflict in your environment, or by temptation, or by obstacles and challenges, the birds can represent flying high, getting up above that. So for example, I sit out on my patio sometimes and I watch the hawks. There's hawks that live in my area, and I love it because hawk is one of the first spirit animals that presented itself to me on my journey. So it's one of my main totems, and the hawk represents higher vision. It's also the messenger between the heavenly realms and the earthly realm. So it is the bridge between the spirit and the physical. And the hawk has beautiful, amazing vision, and it can fly very high. So a lot of the time I'll watch the hawks, and these crows will come. The crows will come and try and attack the hawk. But instead of freaking out, the hawk will just continue to circle, and it almost just like it ignores them. These crows are just dive bombing this hawk like crazy. You know, there's like 5 or 6 of them, and the hawk will just continue to spiral using the air currents, not expending a lot of energy, but he's allowing himself to be brought higher and higher and higher. And the higher up he goes, the more crows drop off trying to attack him. So the less and less crows that there are attacking him. And eventually he gets up to that height, and the crows are exhausted. They're up too high. They can't go that high, and so they veer off and they go back home. And they don't view him as a threat anymore because he's too high up. And then from there, he shoots off. He follows the airstream, he follows the current, and he gets exactly where he needs to go without expending any energy. So this is like a direct sort of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Metaphor. This is a direct metaphor for you guys this month, I think, to tap into that hawk energy where you're able to rise above the things that are causing you conflict or the people that are making you feel attacked, or even if these are your own thoughts of, you know, self-defeating or self-sabotaging thoughts or temptations or things that have sort of brought you down and disconnected you from your intuition and from your higher self. So rise above and connect back with that higher self, ground yourself as well. So it's the balance between above and below. And creating that balance, you are the bridge, and anything is possible. And you're limitless. All right, so let's get a card from the Amenti Oracle. This is one of the new decks that I got for you guys. So Taurus. What card for Taurus, month of July? I do the best I can. Okay, so this speaks to me of, well, first of all, I'm being drawn to the chakras on her hands. So the hand chakras are connected to the heart chakra, and I'm seeing the light and the dark. So this is balancing the physical and the non-physical, the spiritual and the earthly realms, and coming into that inner knowledge as the moon represents the subconscious mind, tapping into that intuition, and doing the best you can with that. Don't beat yourself up. If you feel like you're unsure or you don't know or you're disconnected, that's all part of the process as well. So hold space for wherever you're at, honor where you are, honor how far you've come, and honor where you're going. And know that everything that you've done has led you to where you are and who you are now, and that's exactly where you need to be. Even if it doesn't feel like it, it is. It is where you need to be because it's leading you to where you need to go. So everything's connected, and doing the best you can is really standing in your power. This is standing in your knowing that you are your best self, even when your circumstances or your reality aren't necessarily a reflection of that. You just have to tap in to that aspect of you that knows that you're doing the best that you can, and honor that, because it might not be perfect, but nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. So honor just how far you've come. Every little step counts. And so trust your intuition to guide you in the direction you need to move forward. Trust your intuition to put you in a place where you can do the best you can. Again, you're always going to be led into an area that you're doing the best that you can for yourself and for the world, and that's really what counts. So let's get an animal oracle card from the Druid deck for Taurus. These cards are huge, hard to shuffle. Okay, no, they're actually, they are calling me to these cards. That's funny because I looked at them before the reading and I went, nah, I don't usually use those. I want to use the animal ones, but they're saying no, trust your intuition. Indigo and crystal children. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. That's interesting. Oh, this may be an aspect of yourself, like your inner child as well. And prosperity. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So that's really what this one was saying. The fulfillment of wishes is very much that prosperity energy. It's your material needs being provided for as you follow your intuition, which was a major theme of this reading, is following your intuition. Let's get some more here. Compassion. Soften your heart with respect to this situation and all people involved, including yourself. Right, so this is standing in your power rather than allowing yourself to fall into negative self-beliefs, negative self-thoughts, conflict, defeat, being caught up in the obstacles and the challenges, or in the fear. So have compassion for yourself, honor where you're at, honor the fact that you're doing the best that you can. Nurture yourself. I think that's really the theme that's coming through here, because the indigo and crystal children, those are you. You may have children as well, but this is about you nurturing your own inner child as if you would nurture your own child. So treat yourself as you would somebody that you love, somebody that you really feel compassionate towards. So don't berate yourself or be so hard on yourself for not knowing your direction or not having everything that you want, or for coming up against these challenges, or for feeling defeated. That's all part of the process. We all go through that. Every single one of us has gone through that in our life, probably more than once. So you're not alone in this, but just remember to be compassionate towards yourself and know that you're doing the best that you can. And that's more than enough. You are more than enough. So continue on your current path, because there is positive movement forward, and you do have the ability to conquer, to stand in your power, to conquer your own limiting self-beliefs, and to overcome any obstacles and challenges that present themselves from that perspective, because you have the intuition and the inner knowing to be able to guide you forward on your path. Trust your heart, trust your intuition. Yeah. All right. Well, Taurus, that is your reading for the month of July 2019. I always, provide these readings for you guys from a heart-based perspective. My intention is always that you'll gain clarity, insight, confirmation, inspiration, love, healing, and activations from these readings. So I hope that you accept them from that place. Take what resonates and leave the rest here, because it just wasn't for you if it didn't resonate. Again, thank you to all my new subscribers and all my existing subscribers. I love you so much. I'm so happy that you're enjoying the content here. That's my purpose, right? And also, if you'd like to book a personal reading, I'm just going to reiterate that the information is in the description box below. All of the pricing, the different types of readings, and also Reiki healing sessions if you would like to do some energy work, balancing those chakras, really purging and healing what is holding those chakras back, what is imbalancing them, any blockages, etheric dross, that kind of thing. We can get to the root issue, literally the root chakra, get to the root issue, cleanse it, heal it, rebalance it, infuse it with light, activate the chakra in a healthy way. And I give you tools to be able to do this for yourself on a daily basis as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you. We will see you next month. Bye.